Hello and welcome to English for Citizenship, brought to you by Springvale Learning and Activity Center. This is Australia's Democratic Beliefs, Part 9. This lesson will cover a citizen's privileges. Key words to learn are privilege, permanent, federal, state, parliament, register, overseas, consular, emergency, and election. Responsibilities. Responsibilities are something which one is required to do as part of a job, role, or legally. An example of responsibility would be to pay your bills. You have the responsibility to pay your bills. Another responsibility parents might have is to go grocery shopping so that their family has food. Privileges. Privileges are a special right or advantage granted or available only to a particular person or group. There are many privileges when living in Australia. So privilege number 1. You can apply for work in the Australian Public Service and the Australian Defence Forces. Australian Public Services are Centrelink, Medicare, the Australian Tax Office, and then the Australian Defence Force, it's like the Army, Navy, and Air Force. Election. Election. An election is an event where people choose a person to represent them in the government. Parliament. Parliament. A group of elected citizens that make up the government of a country. Privilege number 2. Australians can seek election to Parliament. That is the second privilege. Citizens over 18 can be a representative in Parliament. Representatives in Parliament can help other citizens bring important matters to the government. Overseas. Overseas. When a person leaves their country to travel to another country, that is called going overseas. Privilege number 3. You can apply for an Australian passport. As an Australian citizen, you have the right to get a passport. You are free to travel overseas. You do not need a visa to come back. Again, you do not need a visa to come back. Your passport is all that you need. Privilege number 4. You can ask for consular assistance. As an Australian citizen, you have the right to get help while overseas at an embassy or consulate. You can get help at an embassy or consulate during civil unrest and natural disasters. Also, if you get seriously sick or injured. Privilege number 5. Children born overseas to citizens can have citizenship. Australian children born in another country can be registered as Australian citizens. So they can get an Australian passport and they get Australian citizenship. Now it is time for test questions. Question number 1. How many privileges do Australian citizens have? A, 5, B, 3, C, 4. The correct answer is 5. Question number 2. An election is when A, citizens get a passport, B, people vote to choose representatives, C, the government makes new laws. And the correct answer is B. An election is when people vote to choose representatives. Question number 3. Australian citizens can apply for A, driver's license, B, work, C, passport. The answer is C, passport. Australian citizens can apply for a passport if they want to travel overseas. Question number 4. When Australians are overseas, they can get help at A, the hospital, B, an embassy or consulate, C, Parliament House. The answer is B. When Australians are overseas, they can get help at an embassy or consulate. Question number 5. Citizens who have children overseas can register for A, passport, B, citizenship, C, Medicare card. And the answer is B, citizenship. Your child first has to get citizenship and then it could get a passport. Question number 6. Australian citizens traveling overseas need a visa to enter Australia. True or false? And the answer is false. Australian citizens do not need a visa to enter Australia again. Australian citizens only need their passport. That is all for today. Thank you for coming to class, and please watch more videos so you can keep learning. Thank you and goodbye.